Greetings, everyone. My devotion for today is based on prayer. The early church understood the value of community, meeting together daily in prayer, and other disciplines for spiritual growth. In Acts chapter 2, verses 41 and 42, we see the discipleship patterns in the early church. Verse 41 says that 3,000 people were added to their gatherings. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and fellowship, to the breaking of the bread and the prayers. Wow, it says they were in prayer all the time. And I know we feel we are people that likes to pray. But my question is, what is happening? Why is it that not too many people come and join our churches? What would happen if we, in modern days, all of a sudden, 3,000 people are added into our membership list? I can guarantee you, many inquiring minds will want to know what we did. They will come and ask, how did you do it? What is the secret? It seems like we ministers or leaders always are looking to find out what is the new thing out there that would help us attract new believers. We are desperately in trying to please newcomers, trying to attract young families. This is not just in the United Methodist Church. All denominations are trying so hard to find the secret to success. The first century church, they had the secret, or not so secret. They knew how to pray and how to share their faith with others. The first century church could not learn the apostles' doctrine by downloading a podcast. They had to be gathering community. The same was true of fellowship and the breaking of bread. And how they did learn to pray. They learned to pray together. These prayers were not just the blessing tacked on the beginning or the end of a Bible study. The early Christians gathered exclusively for prayer. Praying together was in their agenda before anything else. They followed the pattern Jesus set forth in the model prayer: submission, intercession, supplication, warfare, and praise. They learned to pray effectively. They learned to pray and pray all the time. The church was birthed in a 10-day prayer meeting. We see that in Acts chapter 1, verse 14. They coped with crisis and persecution together on their knees. Through united prayer, they trusted God for miraculous divine interventions in these times of extreme trouble. They received ministry direction through the intense sessions of prayer. So the early Christians learned to pray primarily by praying together. How different it is today. Most of us prefer to pray individually. We don't like to pray together. I guess because we can decide how long we want to stay in prayer. And I know this because I don't know how many times I have tried to gather in my previous appointments, gather the members of the people to pray, to come to a prayer meeting, and with no success. Very few people, one or two, the most three people will show up for prayer. And I know, like I said, many say, oh, I do my own prayer on my own. Please don't misunderstand me. One-on-one time with the Lord in prayer is a precious gift that God has given to all God's children. But still, in Western culture, we have to come to believe that it is enough to pray alone to the exclusion of others. Perhaps if we were to pray more as a community, we would see the kind of results the early Christians saw. Thousands were added, and day by day, the Lord added to their number those who were being saved. Acts 2:47. Have a blessed day.